What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to some more of the casting of Frank Stone here. We're continuing on where we left off. Yeah, I think we're going back to. It seems like the game is taking place in 1980, but we'll also be going back to 2000, well, going forward to 2024 to the current day as well. So, yeah, anyway, let's continue on. Back in the Resident Evil house. The walls have eyes.
Okay, okay.
Bad dream?
Ugh. How long was I out? I don't even remember falling asleep.
15, 20 minutes? Seems like it was a pretty intense dream.
Wait, what happened to Augustine again?
She left.
Left?
She said she had to do something very urgently in her private reliquary.
Hey, now that we're all awake again, can we forget about Augustine for a minute and talk about the 1,000-foot-long elephant in the room?
Oh.
1,000 feet is the average length of film in a movie?
Oh.
Guess we were all playing it close to the vest before. Huh.
It's not my film. I just worked on it, didn't direct it. It's not even on my official filmography.
I meant how we were all holding back about our film strips.
Oh, right.
Whether you take credit for it or not, it's definitely the most infamous project that's associated with you. Cursed film collectors have been unsuccessfully searching for any trace of it for years. And now we are all here, each with our own little slice of a mysterious pie. It's a pretty big deal.
So, all of our film strips, they're part of this movie you and your friends made, Linda?
If they're not fakes, yeah.
Mine's not fake.
And all that stuff you said about it being cursed?
Murderous rages, CIA interrogation, total disassociation with reality. Because it's so rare, only a few people know for sure. So they say. If Augustine wants the only known surviving pieces of it, she's gonna have to pay up.
Why do you think she wants it so bad? I mean, it's not really cursed, right?
I prefer not to dwell on the past. We're here, someone's offering to buy our sections of the film. That is all I'm concerned with right now.
Providence goes a long way towards a successful sale.
So do motives. I don't know about you, but I would very much like to know why Augustine is so desperate to get her hands on this film.
Well, first rule of business is to gather every bit of intel you can on your opponent. And I don't know about you two ladies, but I have been itching to get a little look-see around this big old house of curiosities.
Are we allowed to look around?
What do you say, director? Want to keep sitting around, or want to peek behind the curtain?
Well, then, let's be commanding then.
What are you waiting for?
So obviously, we know that Linda obviously won't die in the sawmill, but the rest of the three there.
Now, this is a real bold statement kind of room, you know what I mean? New Augustine got cash, but not like this kind of cash.
Sounds like you didn't scout your mark as well as you thought.
In business, we don't call them marks.
Hustling is a racket, not a business.
I wouldn't underestimate my scouting skills, if I were you. A lot rattling around up here that could be mutually beneficial.
Why don't you tell me how you know so much about Murder Mill?
I'm a big fan. It's your first credit.
Cut the shit, man.
Okay. You want to know the truth? When I first heard about it, I didn't believe it was real. But the more I looked into it, the more breadcrumbs I found. And the further I followed the trail, the more fascinated I became. Not just in the film, in the legend. Whether you meant to or not, you created a monster with this movie. Even if it isn't really cursed, the fact that everyone believes it is makes it real.
Believing in something doesn't make it real.
Well, that's why I had to find out for myself. Took me a couple years, but when the opportunity came for me to actually acquire a genuine piece of it, I jumped at the chance.
And just how did you acquire it, exactly?
Hey, just catching up. So, what have you guys found?
Not much. But the night's young.
Not as young as you think. Let's keep looking around. Can't deny this place would make an incredible film location.
Ah, yes. Let's check out the other floors. Good thinking.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Before all this goes any further, I need to know how both of you got your pieces of the film.
Well, it's no secret, really. After my mom died a few months ago, I found it when I was going through her stuff.
Maddie, what was your mom's name?
Both, or...
Was it Bonnie Rivera?
Yeah, it... How did you know that?
You look just like her.
Did you know my mom?
A long time ago. A whole other lifetime. Her younger brother, Jaime, was one of my closest friends.
Uncle Jaime. I never met him.
I hadn't heard that Bonnie had passed.
Yeah, it was pretty sudden.
Wow. Maddie, it's quite sad. Very touching.
And what about you, Stan? Where'd you get your piece of the film?
Well, now, that is a very good question. And an expensive one, too. But you know what? Since I am such a big fan of your work, I'll give you a little taste, free of charge. I can't tell you who I got it from or why they had it. I will tell you that I acquired it from them completely by the book in a very honorable game of chance.
You won it?
Fair and square.
Who the fuck would be gambling with it? They have no right.
Well, it seems like you're more attached to this little project than what you've been letting on.
You don't just gamble away something like that.
So the connection makes a bit more sense about how Maddie got it. So her mother, she was the sister to Jaime. Obviously we met her in the past, in the 1980 version of her.
Wow. Powerful resemblance in Augustine's family. That or Augustine loves cosplay.
It's probably the cosplay one, let's be real here. Ooh, hello. Oh, that was what we found previously. Oh, sorry, I think I saw something over here.
Cool statue.
Chainsaw Man.
Missing a piece, though.
Missing a piece, huh?
Augustine has a, unique collection. I've never seen anything like this stuff.
There's a key.
Looks like it opens with a key.
Whoa.
Quite a piece. Look at the metalwork.
It's beautiful.
I think beautiful is the word I would use, but it's clearly missing something.
Yeah? Now what would you do if it... You sure would get a kick out of this place. And then you'd probably kick me out of this place and keep it all to yourself.
Who are you talking to?
No, I wasn't.
I could hear you.
I was talking to my mom. To Bonnie. I've just felt so, like, empty since she died. Like I'm sleepwalking through a nightmare and I just can't seem to wake up.
It never gets easier when you lose someone. But it does become less suffocating.
I hope so, 'cause sometimes I just feel like I'm going crazy. Like, she really is out there, guiding me, trying to tell me something. That's why I came here. It felt like that's what she wanted me to do. I know you said it had been a really long time, but can you tell me anything about her from when you knew her?
Gosh. Well, she was the most intimidating girl I've ever met. Even after I got to know her. She did everything she wanted to do, and nobody could stop her.
And that sounds like Mom. Any good stories?
Yeah. Yeah, there is something I've been thinking about. I've never told anyone else. It was a long time ago. We were just kids, making a movie. Jaime, Chris, and me. Everything's still so fuzzy about what happened, but there's one thing that always just stuck in my mind. Clear as a bell. That night, we were on our way home from picking up a new camera. We were driving past the Rivera's house. The garage door was wide open, full of light. And the craziest fucking sound you ever heard was just tearing out of there in every direction. And right in the middle of it all was Bonnie. I don't think I've ever seen anyone so completely in tune with themselves. The only thing that mattered was that moment. Nothing else. That was your mom.
Thank you.
Hey guys? Look.
What? I don't see anything.
Ah! There! Right there!
Oh my God, there's someone out there.
Oh no, I wanted to say
If
the
someone
other
else
thing.
did find out this deal is going down, they might be after the film strips.
Healthy competition does make for better offers.
My guess is that if they're all dressed in black and prowling around the place like a thief, they're not here to make an offer.
Maybe they just want to make a dramatic entrance.
Should we tell Augustine? They might be dangerous.
Even if you wanted to tell her, good luck finding her.
She said she was going to her private reliquary. That's a place for artifacts, right?
There's artifacts all over the place.
Right. So, if you were gonna have a private place for extra special, extra valuable artifacts, maybe you'd put them behind a door like that.
You've got a point.
Can't we just knock?
I doubt anything can get through that, including sound.
Which means it might be the safest place to be, whether Augustine's in there or not.
Okay.
Who's this person? Oh, we're going back to 1980.
What's taking them so long? I thought we were gonna have a production meeting before we shoot. Van's already all loaded up.
I read an article that said girls don't like it when guys get all twisted up about their punctuality. They find it controlling.
What? Why did you need an article to tell you that?
I just thought you might find that information useful.
I'm not trying to control Chris. Just got a lot to do.
Uh-huh.
Hey, right on time!
Time to get cooking. What?
Nothing, just trying to keep a low profile. Bonnie snooping around.
All right. Is everybody ready to get this production meeting started? We got a big night ahead of us. Guys, I gotta tell you, my mind's going like a million miles an hour right now. Did you know you can get like every newspaper article ever written at the library? It's insane. It's all right there.
No, tell me more.
I've spent like all day looking up every single thing I could find about Frank Stone, the mill, the murders. We are sitting on a freaking gold mine here.
Sounds like a productive day.
And yes, I had some help from my assistant.
I aim to please.
Oh, that reminds me. Now that you are an official member of the team, gotta wear the team jersey.
Wow. This is this is amazing. I'm honored.
You wanna wear the stripes? You gotta earn the rights.
I promise I'll be the best ancillary producer you've ever seen.
Production assistant.
Yeah, totally.
Feast your eyes.
Whoa. Wait, where's Sheriff Green?
Yeah, so Dad's never exactly been stoked about that.
But I thought he got the guy.
Yeah. And Sheriff Cushik took all the credit. People around here knew what was up, but
Let me see that.
This one's a 10-year retrospective. They go into all sorts of grisly details left out of the press the first time around.
and Dad got a little more credit too.
This is big deal stuff. We're making our movie in the very same spot it went down. Can't beat that.
Stone's victims were real people. This was a real person.
Yeah? So?
I don't know. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to look at their picture.
And this is suddenly now a problem for you?
It's not a problem. It's just a little weird.
You were just like super gung-ho when I got here. What gives, man?
Nothing. I just don't want to, like, exploit any of the victims or whatever.
We're not gonna exploit Stone's victims. I'm just trying to maximize the potential of our main location. That's how you make a good movie.
I think you're missing the point. It's not about the mill.
So what's the big deal?
You don't think you're, like, a little too excited about everything that happened there?
Jaime, if it bothers you so much, you can always stay home.
Chris,
He's kinda number one on the call sheet.
What does that mean?
He's the main actor. We can't shoot without him.
Yeah, I know. I was just kidding, obviously.
Obviously.
Robert and I are gonna look for any more locations in the mill connected to Stone where we can shoot. Then I'm gonna go make this thing, any way I have to.
Of course it is, I'm trying to save all your lives here. Because when it gets to the real thing, I'm probably going to fail dramatically. Let's be honest here, probably all of you are probably going to die apart from Linda, since we know that she survives. I guess that's why we're not playing as her.
Here, Why don't you start with these?
So we're looking for Frank Stone references.
We're looking for anything referencing specific locations in the mill that could be associated with Frank Stone.
The mill's a pretty huge place.
That's why I'm sure there's gotta be something we haven't found yet.
Definitely possible.
We'll find it. Here, look at this. Mill projections dire for
I think we'll
season.
It mentions Frank?
No, but it goes into the mindset of the workers. People were depressed. There were suicides.
At the mill?
Not at the mill, but like people who worked there or got laid off.
Damn.
This was a year or two before the murders started.
Alright, okay, I'll end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Alright, bye.